The other day, I was craving mac and cheese, and it's hard to find mac and cheese that just doesn't suck. Well, you know who actually has really good mac and cheese? Chick-fil-A. And today I'm gonna see if we can recreate that. In order to recreate Chick-fil-A mac and cheese, we're gonna have to do some research. So let's go. All right, according to the Chick-fil-A website, their mac and cheese has 7 different types of cheese that I could count and a bunch of different ingredients. Time to go to the store. All right, we've got the goods. If we're gonna copy this mac and cheese, we're gonna have to try it. As you can see, it looks really nice and creamy. It has a cheesy top layer. Right away, the cheese pulls away nicely. It's really creamy. What I noticed right off the bat, a little bit of saltiness. The pasta is really soft. It's not al dente, it's overcooked actually, but in a good way. So really the elements that I'm getting, pasta, soft pasta, really creamy, cheesy, salty. So in the topping, all I get is cheese. There's no breadcrumb, no butter that I can tell. Now that we know what we're up against, let's give it a shot. So I always start off my mac and cheese with a roux, which is butter and flour cooked down together, and then you add milk to it, and that's your thickening agent. That's how you get it nice and thick and creamy. Well, today we're gonna try something a little bit different. This is Velveeta processed American cheese product. It's got a lot of weird ingredients in it, but this is what's gonna make our mac and cheese good. The most important ingredient we're looking at is sodium citrate. Sodium citrate is an emulsifying salt. That's what's gonna bind our cheeses together and make it smooth and creamy. Besides that, we're gonna use a few different types of cheeses. We have 2 ounces of yellow cheddar cheese, 2 ounces of our white cheddar cheese, 2 ounces of our Monterey Jack cheese, 4 ounces of our Velveeta cheese, 1 ounce of our Parmesan cheese, and 1 ounce of our Asiago cheese. We want to make sure that the water's salty so our pasta gets seasoned. And we're dumping in 8 ounces of Elbow Macaroni, and we're gonna cook that for longer than usual. So normally you'd probably cook it for probably 8-10 minutes, but we're gonna cook it for like 20 minutes so it gets nice and soft. Now while our pasta is boiling, we're gonna go ahead and set a saucepan over medium heat, evaporated milk, and we're gonna dump it in. This is a 12-ounce can. Put it in. Into our evaporated milk, we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of butter. Once the butter has been melted, we can add our block of Velveeta cheese and chop it up into pieces and stir it until fully melted. We've melted all of our Velveeta cheese. We're going to add our other cheeses. So just add a handful and stir it and let it melt. Once it fully melts, we'll add the rest of the cheese. And our pasta is done boiling, so I've drained it well. And I'm just gonna put it back in the pot so we can mix everything together at the end. It's time to add our Parmesan and our Asiago. Stir it to combine, and once it all melts, we can add the other half. All right, our cheese sauce is done, nice and creamy and thick. And we're gonna put it onto our pasta. I'm just gonna add just a little bit of salt. All right, at this point, it's tasting really good. So all we need to do is get that cheese topping, just like Chick-fil-A has. So I'm gonna take our little baking dish here and just dump this into it. For our topping, I'm gonna go with the yellow cheddar and the Monterey Jack cheese. So we're gonna put about 1.5 ounces of each cheese on top of our mac and cheese. While we're shredding our cheese, we can go ahead and set our oven to broil. So I'm gonna sprinkle an even layer on top. And this looks like a lot of cheese, but that's because it is. And it's called mac and cheese. All right, our broiler's nice and hot, so let's go ahead and put it in there. All right, so we let our mac and cheese broil for about 4 minutes. I'm gonna let it cool for a second before we try it, and then we'll dig in. That looks really good. All right, it is time. It's really good. Now it's time for the real taste test. All right, so it's time for the official taste test because, you know, what I think matters, but really what matters is what my wife thinks. So welcome to the channel. As you saw earlier in the video, I got this one from I won't say which is what's here. All right. Okay. I got one of these from Chick-fil-A earlier today, and the other one is mine, just in a Chick-fil-A container. I warmed them both up, so they're both the same temperature. I warmed them in my Nova Precision oven, so they're both the same temperature. If you want to see more about how that works, you can check out my video here. Okay, so let's try. So what we're gonna do is, you know, Chick-fil-A is nice and creamy on the inside, and then it's got that cheesy top layer, right?
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna get you a bite of like the inside first, and then we'll try the top. Sample A.
That's delicious.
All right, so tell me what you like about it.
It's creamy.
Mm-hmm.
It's soft.
Okay.
It has good mouthfeel.
Is there anything you don't like about it?
Nope, that was delicious.
All right, so sample number B. All right, so what do you like about that one?
It's also creamy.
Okay.
It has good mouthfeel too.
Okay. Anything you don't like about it?
No, but I can tell that's your homemade one.
Hold on, I'm not there yet. All right, second question I wrote down. Okay.
That one's more cheddary. Like,
okay.
The cheese comes forward more on that one.
Well, my next question was, which sample do you like best? Or better, and why?
Do you want my honest opinion?
Yeah, so why?
I like the Chick-fil-A one
Oh,
better.
you don't know which is which. You like the first sample better.
Yes, I like the first sample
well now
better.
I want you to try the top.
Okay.
So you know that cheesy top layer part?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first one. Actually, hold on. All right, first one.
Okay. It's very good.
All right, and then this one. I was gonna ask you which one you think is Chick-fil-A, but you already said it. Well, you can take off the blindfold now. So you can look at them together.
Mm-hmm.
They're like very close, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which do you think is which?
Now that I'm looking at them, I can't tell. This is Chick-fil-A.
Why?
This cheese looks a little more done, and the noodles are bigger in this one.
I'm gonna jump in here too.
This is Chick-fil-A. Still delicious, but this is Chick-fil-A.
Do you want the answer?
Of course.
This is Chick-fil-A.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know.
They are really similar.
They are similar.
I almost feel like I could eat like way more of the Chick-fil-A one.
Yeah, because
versus
this is
mine
like
because
richer.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah. One thing I want to point out is that I feel like this mac and cheese reheats really well. So, did we beat Chick-fil-A? No.
Well, personal preference.
More importantly, did we find a recipe for mac and cheese that I can keep making and that I know reheats well and can be brought to parties and to share with people, and they're going to be like, oh, this is really creamy. Yes. And do I have a lot of cheese left over to make mac and cheese? Yes, I do. So if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to my channel. I will leave the recipe down in the comments below. Want to try out some mac and cheese? All right. Here's the lid, and let me get you a little. Oh, okay, just the lid. Here. Hey, look, back it up. Sit. All right, you wait. All right, give it a taste test. Okay, go for it. Looks like she likes it.